Let's see what Archangel Michael message is for me today. Dear Pastor Dr. Crystal, today's message is you're already on the gas safe register. Click here to continue to today's message. Archangel Athena, you're already on the gas safe register. Athena, it is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Athena. Sometimes when we're feeling under pressure, it can feel like we're on the verge of a big explosion. The pressure keeps building, and if there's even the smallest leak or spark to set us off, there's a very real danger that a big explosion is underway. But today's message from Athena, a reminder that you are qualified to keep yourself and others safe from gas explosions. You qualified on the gas safe register, whether through experience or institution, so you can relax. Everything will be okay. Once you accept that everything has been safety approved, even if there are some open flames around, you can learn to relax and get on with life. But sometimes our minds need to be put to rest. So if you're still scared that a major explosion is going to disrupt your life, read on. Becoming gas safe registered. Okay, so obviously you're still scared that there's a leak on your gas line somewhere. So any open flames might set off an emotional explosion. When we're balanced and happy, it's easy to assume that we've healed all the faulty pipes and fittings. But the real test comes in when things start getting tough, when those sparks start flying, because that's when any unresolved issues are going to start resurfacing. So it's always a good idea to run a good safety check. Check one. Gas has a specific smell. When you walk into a room that's been standing closed for a while, you can immediately smell if there is a leak. If you smell gas, you know there is a problem. When it comes to your own emotions, you should be able to tell whether you've healed or not, especially if you left them to settle for a while. But sometimes we don't have the luxury of letting our emotions heal and settle over an extended period of time. Check 2. Use some soapy water. A clean start is always nice, but sometimes our emotions haven't quite healed yet. When you're in a similar situation that set you off in the past and you start feeling your emotions resurface, that's when you know there's still a leak that needs to be healed. But how do you find where that leak is? Check 3. Listen for the hiss. Gas is kept under pressure, so when there's a leak, it makes a hissing noise. If you hear yourself hissing at people in your mind, that's a clear sign that something isn't quite right. But then again, that could just be them pushing your buttons. How do you know if it's the relationship or your own emotional leaks? Check 4. Watch the flame. Gas is kept under pressure, so when there is a leak, it makes a hissing noise. If you hear yourself hissing at people in your mind, that's a clear sign that something isn't quite right. But then again, that could just be them pushing your buttons. How do you know if it's the relationship or your own emotions leaks? If you really like someone, you'll feel like they light you up. Every interaction should have you burning a bright blue. But if you are necessarily destined to have a long-term friendship or a relationship with someone, they're just an orange flame, and that's okay. But when it comes to checking for gas leaks in good relationships, you'll know there's a problem with your own emotions when a bright blue flame suddenly starts burning orange. When that happens, it means you're holding yourself back for some reason. It may be that the person suddenly did something you don't like, or it may be that you have been hurt in the past. Either way, that orange flame means you put up your walls. A better way to deal with the problem and get the flame burning bright again, it is to set up some healthy boundaries, but sometimes even that doesn't work. Check 5. Use a gas leak detector. Talking to someone who knows you or a personal therapist can be a great way to make sure that you are as healed as you think you are. They'll be able to give you an outsider's perspective and tell you if you're overreacting. Emotions aren't bad. You're allowed to feel down or upset or even downright angry from time to time. The thing you're trying to do with all these checks is stop a massive explosion from happening. Once you run all the checks, you'll know exactly where you stand and whether you still need to work on some healing or whether you're safe for use. But whether or not that's the case, know that you are safe and looked after in the bigger scheme of things. Everything is already okay, so allow yourself to believe that. Even if you aren't up to all the safety standards, you are still powerful in a very loving way. Want to hear from another archangel? That's me, Crystal.